I'd like to tell you about my new book, which is called Dreidels on the Brain. Now, as you might gather from the title, it's a Hanukkah story, though I've written something that I think works for Jews, non-Jews, and everyone in between. You may know my first book, The Beggar King and the Secret of Happiness. If so, you'll recognize this one as something of a prequel to that. It's set in December of 1971, when I was 12 years old, and the book opens with a bet that I made. Now, looking back, it was a ridiculous thing to do because it was a bet I could never win. You see, it was a bet I made with God, and it was over the game of Dreidel. Understand that back then, I was the nerdiest of nerds, at a time long before anyone imagined that being a nerd could be cool or even survivable. I was short, with thick glasses, braces, and this dorky-looking haircut. I really was too awkward to live, and I did not like anything about my life. Not only was my family mortifyingly embarrassing, but we were broke. And what's more, my dad was sick. So, what I wanted, my passion at the time, was magic. I performed magic shows all over towns in the suburbs of Los Angeles, but what I really wanted more than anything else was a miracle. A real miracle, a genuine Hanukkah miracle, and I wanted it to happen during that Hanukkah. Hence, my bet with God. Hey God, I said, look, it's just me and you. One miracle. It doesn't have to be dramatic. I don't need lightning or thunder. I'm going to take this dreidel and I'm going to spin it 4 times. And if you're there, all I ask is that you give me 4 gimels in a row. A dreidel has 4 Hebrew letters on it. Gimel is the one that means you win. So 4 gimels would be fantastic, especially for me because that would be a huge switch. Because until then, until that point in my life, it felt like everything my family did was just to lose, lose, lose. We were losers. So I wanted one little miracle. So I cleared off the kitchen table and I spun. And it came up Gimel. All right, I said, that's good. But that may just have been luck. I spun again and again. A second Gimel. Really good. I spun a 3rd time. Gimel. Now I could tell something was happening. I brushed off the table, removing any microscopic dust that might be there, and I spun again, a perfect spin, as hard as I could, and the story takes off from there. Now, without giving it away, I will say this, that I will never forget what happened to me and my family during those 8 nights of Hanukkah, 1971. Because when it comes to dreidel, God does not play fair. And when it comes to miracles, oi. But what I remember most from that Hanukkah is something that happened toward the end of those 8 nights, something I was given. It's a story I treasured then, and something I'll treasure for the rest of my life. You probably know me as a storyteller, and you also know that when I hear a story I love, I turn around and tell it right away. Hear today, tell tomorrow. That's my motto. But this one was special. It was something I needed to hold on to treasure, to nurture, just until the time was right. And that was 45 years ago. And that is the story I tell in Dreidels on the Brain. Though it's for middle grade and up, it's especially good for adults and boomers. Middle graders love it, but there's a lot of humor that adults will particularly appreciate. The working titles included Kvetcher and the Rye and Short Boy's Complaint. So, as the days grow dark, you might find that it's a nice gift to give yourself or to share with others. A story to curl up with and read on a winter's night. A tale filled with jokes and magic and some choice Yiddish phrases, all about when I was a spilkisy little 12-year-old kid with dreidels on the brain, looking into the darkness and trying to find some light. I hope you'll enjoy it.